Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever the hell you may be in the world. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We'll be live here in just a little bit. Yeah, 2 p.m. I just want to see how much time I have here, because I have another... Would be 5. Yeah, this is what we're going to do. Alright, so we're going to actually change the stream title here. Hey, Steve. Yeah, you know what we're going to do is... we're going to do an early tech talk here, because it's something I'm quite passionate about. So we'll leave the announcement thing up, and then we'll change it over to a tech talk. A tech talk Tuesday, just to throw everyone off. Not much, Alpha 011. I'm all merchandised up. I got my hoodie yesterday, so anyway, let's go live. Let's go live and see what the hell happens here. Yeah. I think we're looking okay. There we go. Sure, you can see the room is really dark. I didn't turn on the other lights. Whatever. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm going to go turn on the other light so it doesn't look like I'm living like a troll in the darkness. I'll just be right back. Ah, that's a little bit better. So, yeah, I got the new hoodie. I am actually impressed with the hoodie. Virus City was correct. They're pretty sensational for what we're able to charge for them. I'm in. Let's kill the music and... Ew! Awesome, Alpha. That's cool. What's going on, Steve, PHL? So, yeah, I have a lot to talk about today, and one is going to be good news, and then we're going to talk about some sad stuff. We're going to talk about an accident. We're going to talk about an accident where an aircraft went down and killed both occupants. And we're going to do our first armchair piloting, or our first, not armchair piloting, but we're going to do an analysis on the incident and what happened. And it's going to be an opinion piece. So when we get to that, I'll give everyone fair warning that we are going to be watching aircraft crashing and blah, 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 blah. But it's really important to me to talk about it. It really is. So that's what we'll get to eventually. And it's going to be mostly aimed at the real-world pilots that we have in our midst. But also just for general interest, to have a look at something like this and the chain of events that lead to an incident. But more importantly, we're going to talk about culture. Culture. Because when I saw this incident, it just smelt of everything that seems to be going wrong in general aviation still. So that's what we'll talk about. That is what we'll low volume. I don't think I'm low. Maybe I am a little bit. Watching. Oh, Grouch08. I'm really sorry to hear that, my friend. Send your wife all of our well wishes. I hope she's doing okay, Grouch08. I really do. Really hope. Okay, there's not... Fuck it, who cares? Well, I do. So, the announcement. The announcement is to do with, not this. Our announcement is obviously, to do with the Cub. Now, it's not an announcement of an announcement. We do have something to talk about here. So, why don't I go ahead and just show it. I'm just going to change this to announcement. Super Cub. Blah, blah, blah. We'll go ahead and update that information. Sweater, what's going on, Corvin? How's your day going, man? Yeah, so let's go ahead and go announcement Super Cub. And why don't we go ahead and show you said announcement? You'll see here we have a fancy livery that we haven't really talked about. It's called the Partner Livery. Oh yes, the announcement is about the Super Cub and perhaps a we're not flying the Epic. No, we're going to do the announcement now. So Lingzay01, hey, what's going on? Yeah, so let's go ahead and show it to you. Why not? Why not? So, you said you wanted the announcement, Stormy Flyer. Tell me what you want. You said you wanted the announcement, and now you want me to fly the Epic. Like, make up your mind. You want the Epic or do you want the announcement? I can't do both. I am not able to. NASCAR02, hey, what's going on? So, the announcement, for those of you guys that are savvy and look all over the interwebs for your daily flight sim drama, you might have spotted it. I know the Kimo NL definitely spotted it because he went and posted it in our Discord. So don't go there right now because I got to tell you. Don't go there. It's fine. Did I get a cold? No, I am a little bit stuffed up, but yeah. God tier Zim, hey, what's going on? So let's show you. And for those of you eagle-eyed viewers, you've probably already spotted what the announcement is. But it's been a lot of work, and there is still a lot more work to be done. But the Super Cub, well, really this is two announcements in two. The Super Cub, I really want it to be good, as you could imagine. And I couldn't think of partnering with a better group to help make the aircraft better. And kind of throwing shade at the haters. Yeah, I didn't even... I honestly haven't read it, but I really am a big fan of Claudio. He's a good guy. So anyway, let's shut up. Let's have a look. It is indeed. We have partnered up with SimCoders. Let me sink that. Let that sink in for a second. The aircraft will be shipping with a full rep pack attached to the aircraft. Not a separate purchase, not a separate anything. The aircraft is coming with all of the goodness that Rep has been providing for their other aircraft in our aircraft. So it's going to have walk-around functionality, tie-down functionality, push the aircraft around, all of that crap that I don't care about. But it's going to have the best engine model in the game. It is going to have the best engine model because of our other partner. You can start seeing the web of shit that is starting to fold here is Xplane's engine model isn't that great to put in high fidelity stuff, but Titan plus SimCoders here equal good aeroplane. So this is an equation I've been banking on because standard Xplane, it doesn't provide me with enough information to create a good engine model. So I am now taking Titan's test data and I'm putting it into SimCoder's engine process, and we are going to have the best aerodynamics, best engine combination, and it's going to come with it out of the box. It's not going to be an add-on. It's not going to be anything else. It's going to come with it out of the box. This has taken a lot of work to get, but the way I won't go into the full business details, but the way it's going to work is SimCoders are providing us with the files, and then I am going and putting in the engine data. So SimCoders are indeed a partner. They are indeed helping with all of the coding and stuff like that, but all of those flight model tweaks and stuff like that are still being done in-house under the Aerosim dev group banner. So this So there's our little logo. We got to have the little logo in there. And this is another livery that I did. I don't know if I like it as much as the yellow and other one, but I do kind of like it because it's cool. Because we got a Titan engine model on the thing. But this is another livery that I did on my own, making Cubs great again. So this. Too soon. So I'm really, really excited, and I think so is Claudio. It's been a pleasure working with him, and Claudio, who is the owner of SimCoders, he's becoming a pilot himself. He's doing his ATPLs. He's going to be a big super duper jet pilot, and he doesn't necessarily have the time to do all of the coding and development and stuff like that. And so hopefully, with a little bit of luck, we'll be able to help him out with that. Yeah, I'm really excited. SimCoders, there it is, and you can see we've already got an initial integration here. It's going to come with. There are bugs right now. This is our first integration. This is our first integration of the rep pack. So all I've done here is this is very 0.1 beta is he sent me over the files to produce the engine model, and the rest of the stuff is coming later. However, the maintenance system is indeed there. It's just not 100% functional just yet. It's awesome news. It really is. I'm excited because I love their products before I even got my hands on them. Right, so Camro, we have partnered up with SimCoders, so the Super Cub will be shipping with the SimCoders add-on. You can go over and have a read of SimCoders made an announcement over on their Facebook, and you can head on over there, have a read of it, see what they've got to say about it themselves. But they're going to be partnered with us for this aircraft and hopefully more. This is going to be the plan. Our major plan here is we're going to overhaul the UI. I'm throwing money at my tablet, but nothing is happening. So the UI is going to be overhauled by us. Everything that you expect in a SimCoders aircraft is going to be with the Cub from day one. Someone wanted to see it from up top again. There it is from up top. It took me so long to get these lines to line up like that. You have no idea. You have no idea. I spent hours just trying to get these angles right. It looks cool. We need to fix the sounds, as you can hear. But it looks cool. I don't know. I like it. I like my livery, and this call sign here doesn't exist, but you can see it has my favorite number there, 457, of course. There it is. Thanks, Kimmo. Thanks, Kimmo. So it's going to come with a complete sound pack as well. So that means the existing SimCoders sound engine that they run, it's going to be there as well. I've gone out and recorded a whole heap of sounds on a Cub. All I need to do is integrate that. So it has extended the development cycle of this aircraft, but any time that I've had to extend the cycle of this plane it's to add value. And if I'm not adding value, the plane is ready. And so right now it is going to take a little bit more time to add these things like the individual sound for opening the doors and using things inside the cockpit like the fuel turning on, turning off. Little things like that are going to take time. But this is what we've been working on in the background. Yeah, it's still running the flap sounds from I think the Cessna 210 or something like that. But yeah, so there's the announcement. It's going to come with full weight and balance, full everything, a full maintenance hangar, everything that comes with SimCoders. That's pretty fucking cool. Pretty fucking cool. So there it is. There you go. That's when all those nights when you might see me on Discord and I'm working away, I'm doing this. I'm converting data into engine models. I'm working with SimCoders to try and isolate out what we actually want to have in our product. And it is going to be our product. It's not to Aerosim dev group and sim coders off to the side. No, it is our product. That's why we're a group. We're a development group, and we are very, very, very happy to have sim coders. In fact, it's going to change the level that this plane is at. I mean, the plane is good. The plane is already good. The beta testers that have got it, they will tell you about it, that it's already good without the sim coders pack. It's going to move it on up just a tiny, tiny little bit more. I see you playing Dota 2, yeah. What else have I got? What else have I got information-wise? Oh, yes. Right now we have two versions of the aircraft, don't we? We have a large wheel and we have a small wheel version of the plane, all at 150 horsepower. With the addition, this is another announcement. With the addition of the SimCoders pack, we will actually be releasing it with a 180 horsepower constant speed prop as well. So we're going to have something that represents a Super Cub as it stands, as it was, as it rolled off the factory floor with a 150 horsepower engine. Admittedly, it's going to be an injected engine. We're going to have something that represents that, and then we're going to have a fire-breathing monster, which is going to be this 180 horsepower machine. It's going to have a constant speed prop. It's going to have better load carrying capability. The thing is going to be able to take off vertically. Not quite, but this is going to be for the people that want to get places, go to fun areas, and get in and out in 100 feet. It's really going to be a challenge to fly this aircraft with 180 horsepower, but so you'll be getting 3 versions of the aeroplane. 3 versions. 150 horsepower, big wheel, small wheel, and 180 horse. The 180 horsepower aircraft is only going to come with a big wheel kit. Only going to come with a big wheel kit. I want this thing to be like fire-breathing monster. No one's going to have a standard wheel and 180 horse constant speed prop in a Cub. They're not going to buy a Cub to be a cruiser. This is a waste of 180 horsepower. When you are going to use your 180 horsepower, is getting in and out of little farm strips. No paid at all. The chubby tire. There you go. 2 announcements in one. 180 horsepower, 150 is going to be the base level aircraft. And you see how the 150 horse performs already. The 180 horse, I mean, it's going to be climbing at 2,000 foot a minute, like almost vertically. It's this is going to take some flying. This airplane here is going to take some flying. There we go. That's what I got for you. That is what I got for you. So I'm going to have a drink of coffee. It says head of is... Yeah, that's me. I thought you would be. I don't get it. Cabby Lee 3. You have to explain. I don't get it. So yeah, there we go. There you go. Announcement done. We are a dev group now, plus sim coders. And I don't know what else to say. We're just going to have a fucking cool plane. That's all I got. That's literally all I've got. So, this is... I don't know if I showed you the other livery yet, but this is one livery I did, and this is going to be the 180 horsepower livery. I'll go ahead and show it to you here, this November 6-4 Sierra Lima. I'll go ahead and show this. Jarfind. Here is the other livery. So this here, you can go ahead and find this livery, actually. This November 6-4 SL. You can go ahead and find this livery on the interwebs. If you go over to, just search for Legend. If you just go here and search for Legend HP, here it is here. So this is an experimental aircraft company that makes this experimental aircraft company here. They make Super Cubs, but modified. They're not really Super Cubs. They are their own design. These are the kit build planes I keep talking about, and that's their livery. And it was one of the. It's a livery that I saw, and I'm like, that's a pretty livery. They also offer the 180 horsepower version of the plane, and you'll never guess, they also run the Titan engine. So I went ahead and stole their livery here because I thought it was really, really pretty. And there it is there. It's been really hard to get the grey right here in Xplane, but I don't care. That's the only thing I can't get right, but other than that, there is the other livery. This will be the 180 horsepower beast. It'll have the 180 horse engine in it. It'll have the flight dynamics of it. When we go to the 180 horse, a few things change. We add about 20 pounds of weight up front, and so all of these small changes, what I want out of these planes is the ability to feel these small changes. When I put in a bigger engine, there's slightly more weight in the nose, so the trim position will be a little bit different. Now, these are all really, really, really subtle changes to the flight model, but they're there. So anyone that's looking for them will find them. If you're not looking for the flight changes, you might just think these are copy-pasted straight across, but they're not. Every flight model, even this plane with the 150 horse and the small wheel version, has a completely different flight model, because that's the reality of the thing, is it has a completely different flight model, because just imagine all of this drag down the bottom here from these wheels hanging down below. Well, that drag is is going to be dragging the nose down a little bit, so you need just a little bit more aft trim in the cruise to keep the thing level. Also, that drag equals a performance decrease at cruise, so you get 5 to 10 knots less in the cruise. Everything is done subtly with this plane, and you are literally getting 3 completely different models. They are more different than... Well, I mean, the wings, they don't change, right? The wings aren't changing. Who the hell cares? But when we change the engine, when you load up in a different engine, there'll be a little bit more weight up the front. In this aircraft here, the 180 horsepower, we haven't got the cargo areas running quite well just yet. There's some cargo areas in the tail here that you can use. But, yeah, that's the idea. That is the idea, is... lots of subtle little changes. And of course, when you have 180 horsepower here, your rudder is going to be more effective at low speed and blah, 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 blah. And the rudder's going to be a little bit heavy, a little bit heavier than the 150 horsepower because of the prop blast. And there's going to be more torque effect. There's going to be more P effect. All of these other effects are going to be changed. So there's a lot of subtle little flight model differences between them for you guys to explore. So that's the plan. That's the announcement. That's the thingy. That's the thingy. We'll have both the VFR layout. No, so the 180 horsepower is only going to come with the modern cockpit. I can't imagine anyone... so everything that I'm basing this on is if someone was buying this plane in real life. And I cannot imagine anyone would spend... $40,000 on it's $37,000 on a 180 horsepower engine. Let's just call it $40,000 plus another $12,000 for the prop. I mean, we're looking at $52,000 here. I can't imagine anyone that would then go into the cockpit and have 4 gauges. So the 180 horse is going to come with the modern cockpit, and that's of course as well because we need to put in a manifold pressure gauge in that aircraft. So the modern cockpit in the 180 horse will have a manifold pressure gauge, and the other aircraft, they may or may not. They might have a manifold pressure gauge. We haven't decided yet, but. If you're spending this much money on an engine prop combination, you're not going to have a really, really shitty cockpit. So the 150 horses, big wheel, small wheel, they will both come with the modern cockpit and the original cockpit. But Fire Breathing Monster Super Cub, it's going to come with the modern cockpit, because I just don't believe you could fly that plane without all of those instruments. I just don't. I want a refund. So yeah, that's I mean, if people really fucking want it, then maybe I'll think about it. But I can't see. It's not. There's nothing to base there's no logic to base a 180 horsepower aircraft with a very basic cockpit. There's nothing to base it on. I don't see anything anywhere or any cockpit layout whatsoever that would have a basic cockpit with a $55,000, $52,000 front end to it. I don't see that anywhere. So yeah, that's it. There you go. That's the plan moving forward. So the 180 horsepower flight model, it's on its way. The engine model is just about done. I've just got to test it. And by just about done, I mean I've got all of the data, converted all of the data out, and jammed it into. I've converted all of the data, jammed it into Word and typey type things, and I've modeled the engines because someone will fucking try. I've modeled the engines up to 20,000 feet, and so the poor little 150 horsepower engine at 20,000 feet, I think it's making like 72 horsepower or something like that at full throttle. It's not enough to keep flying, but I modeled the engine all the way up to 20,000 feet on both aircraft. So if someone wants to try flying up on Everest or something like that, they are going to be severely performance degraded, but I don't think the plane could fly on 72 horsepower. I don't believe. I think it's even less than this. If you have the mixture in the wrong spot, that would be down at like 65, I think, at full throttle. So yeah. How about a right fire cockpit? John, what's going on, my friend? How are you? How are you? There's a few things I need to fix. The tint on the glass here is a little bit, when you jump inside the cockpit, the tint on the glass is just a little bit strong at the moment. But it will eventually, or we're going to figure out a little button thing to remove that tint. But yeah, it'll be there. So yeah, there we go. There's the announcement. There it is. All right, so there you go. What do you guys think? Tell me. Are you excited? Not excited? I'm going to drink some coffee here. And lurking. Is that a Max face? It is a Cirrus Max face. I was like, is that Max face? It is too. Oh, John, all right, I'm going to have to put some money on my card and I'm going to come and sub. Oh, I want the Max face. You missed it. John, well, I'll give it to you again, my friend. There it is, John. So, I wouldn't call it the final announcement, but we've partnered our... thanks, Blackhawk. I gotta turn the streamer thing on. Hang on. Thanks for your support, Blackhawk. How do I turn this thing on? Streamer mode. Yeah, so there you go, John. Does it come with a hot chick in the back? Yes. Yes, it does. Well, I mean, it's a 3D model, so I don't know, but I think I've still got her on the 787. Yeah, I haven't changed her yet. I'll keep her on the 787 page. What's the price going to be like? Be high-end? I don't know yet. But yeah, I don't know yet. We're still trying to price ourselves in, but our original price that we wanted to be under $30 is now not going to happen. I can't add a $20 product onto the cost of our plane and not charge for it. So yeah. Did you bother love Josh Gibbs? No. There we go. So what I'm going to keep changing this every couple of weeks. We'll put something on there. Maybe go to an AvSim forum post or something funny like that. See how many people we can piss off in game. change the phone textures to whatever. That'll be good fun. So yeah, the pricing is still yet to be determined. But yeah, I just don't know yet. I just don't know. What's the pinky finger doing? I don't know, Beast Sword. Yeah, it's going to be over, but it has to be. Like, this is the thing. I'm not going to justify it to you guys because it's your choice, it's your wallet. I don't care. But SimCode is just a $20 product. That's what it retails for. Like, obviously, we're buying a license of it, but if you added that to, yeah, it's going to be under the cost. Well, I would say well under the cost of what it would cost you for a Coronado aircraft and the SimCoders pack. It's going to be under that. So that was my main thing. Is if I'm doing some of the coding in house, is it can't cost that much. It just can't. So it's John's probably in the ballpark. I think that's probably where it's going to be. It's going to be one of the more expensive general aviation planes. It's true, but that's what it has to be. And like I said, I am going to be once all of the contracts are signed and everything like that. I am going to be. I'm not going to be advertising it. Okay, let me be clear on this. I'm not going to be advertising it, but I will be telling you guys in stream how much money I'm going away with the plane because I don't want it to. I am very, very strong on my integrity, and I believe in my integrity. Some people are going to say, "Oh, you don't need to tell people that," and even Mojo tells me you don't need to tell people that and stuff like that. But I fucking care. So, whatever I charge for the plane, I'm going to be very forthcoming and say, this is what I get, this is what everyone else gets. Because I want you guys to know. You guys have been there from the beginning, and I think you guys have a right to know what I'm getting out of the plane and not what everyone else is, okay? That's their own business, but I'm going to tell you what I go away from for every sale of the plane because, well, I'm in this position, right? And I care that I can sleep at night, that and you guys know what I'm getting out of it. So I'm not going to harp on it, but I am going to tell you once the pricing comes out, I will be forthcoming and saying this is what I'm going home with. This is how much I'm going to make out of the plane, and I want you guys to know that. I want you guys to know that because yeah, like I said. I'm going to fucking harp on it now. I know I said I wouldn't, but I'm very strong on my integrity, and I believe I have good integrity, and it's not going to change anything. From my side, it's not going to change anything. People won't not buy the plane because I'm making this or I'm making that. No, there's not going to happen. But you guys can at least walk away. You guys can at least walk away knowing that one, you're supporting me, and two, that I'm not fucking you guys. So that's to put it bluntly, that's what I want. That's what I want. Anyway, there it is. You guys know where I stand. You wouldn't be here if you didn't know. You guys wouldn't be here if you didn't know that's what I was like. So there it is. You know. You know now. I'll probably post it on my forum somewhere. I probably will. I probably will post it somewhere. I'm not going to be bringing it up every 30 seconds. I don't want to bring it up. I'm going to tell you guys. You guys can have the information. If people aren't here to hear it, well, I don't really care. So, Mashed Pumpkins. Any ideas about a second project? Yes, we actually have. Yeah. So, let's just say that there is a blank name, not on this aeroplane, but on our next aeroplane. There's a blank name here, and we've partnered with. So here you can see we've got a simulator company. Here we have an engine company. I wonder what's missing. I would call it an aircraft. An aircraft company. What? Yeah, it's probably a package. Sorry, just doorbells ringing. We're still working. In fact, well, we're actually a very long way along the partnership program. But spoiler alert, we have partnered with an aircraft manufacturer, and we will be producing their flight models for their aircraft, and they will be selling it on their website. PMDG. Yeah. No, so we have partnered. It's a general aviation manufacturer, but we have partnered with, and it's not for this aircraft. It's for another one. The development's already started on that plane. The next general aviation plane will have a full EFIS display. I know, just fucking upping that the coding level. So we're going to have full EFIS display. We will have a standard cockpit gauge as well, but full hardcore EFIS. And they make how many different aircraft? I think they make about 8 different aircraft. And we're probably going to be doing about 4 of them. About 4 of them. Bonus third announcement! Yeah. So, Gulfstream Hope! No, it's a general aviation plane. It's a general aviation plane. And one of our employees should be going to their manufacturing facility in the next few weeks to get pictures and all sorts of stuff like that. But that announcement will probably come... I don't want to cloud this thing, but it'll come soon. It'll come soon when you probably see a picture on the wall behind me, and that's when the yeah. So it's full of win, absolutely full of win. I kind of almost don't want to go into the sad topic of a crash here, but I think we still will. Maybe we'll just fly aeroplanes. We could just fly this thing, but it's really important to me. But need less fucks for that. So yeah, so we've partnered with the aircraft manufacturer. We're working with them. They are very, very happy to be working with us. Even though I've been keeping them updated with this plane, of course. So they get all of the pretty pictures and all of the content and stuff like that. And they also use Titan engine. Anyone to think I'm trying to make some kind of business or something? Why are we talking about all these things that seem to connect up? That's crazy talk. Here's off to a great start. Mash Pumpkins, I hope so. I hope so. It's taken a lot of work. I mean, we wouldn't have this 3D if it wasn't for Evil Nando. We wouldn't have some of these animations if it wasn't for Ilios. We wouldn't have had the project where it is if it wasn't for the support of the mods like Shmoo and everyone else. And the Patreon support has always been there, watching along and helping. So we're going to be working still, and this is a first project, right? So there are going to be bugs, there are going to be things wrong with this thing, but I hope by the time we get to our next level of aircraft, with the EFIS displays and stuff like that, it's going to be a little bit smooth. Crazy talk, I know, beats absolute. That's nonsense. Well, yeah, what they want is, I mean, in the general aviation world, let's say you owned this plane, the only way you're really going to get any kind of training whatsoever is spending money and flying the thing, right? There's no real simulators that use this aircraft. But if you had a resource where you were sitting at home where you, for example, might be building the aeroplane because it's an experimental aircraft, that maybe you were getting close to flight test time, and you wanted to know how the aircraft behaved with NAF CG, you could go ahead and stack the aircraft with the... You can come in here into our SimCoder's weight and balance thing, put some weight in the back, and fly the aircraft out of the CG envelope, and feel what the controls are like. Or perhaps you're building it, and you just want to see the plane that you're building as it's done. Or perhaps you even are building an aeroplane and you just want to see what a livery will look like on the thing. You can paint the plane to your heart's content, make it look pretty, see what your livery is going to look like in the game. Maybe perhaps you are building the plane and you want to know hey, do I really want the 150 horsepower engine or do I want the 160? It's only 10 horsepower, there's no real difference. But, well, why don't I load the plane up with a 160 horsepower engine and fly it and compare it to the 150 horsepower engine? This is the level I want to get at. I want you to be able to tell the difference between 10 horsepower. Because really, what these aircraft manufacturers are looking at here is, for them, is this a selling tool? For me, it's I just want to fly airplanes. I like them. But for them, the aircraft manufacturers, it's a selling tool. They can say, "All right, sir. Well, look, we've got a. Why don't you go ahead and buy this flight model here? Go take it for a run. You can try out the 180 horsepower. You can try constant speed propeller. You can try a non-constant speed prop. You can every option that you possibly could want with the plane. You can do with a click of the button, and then you can fly it and see the difference in your desktop simulator. And that's what my idea is that I could be a prospective buyer of one of these aircraft, and I could jump in it and tell you the difference and fly at home. What do you need to run Xplane? Okay, yeah, you need a high-end system now, but this will still run on a 970, right? Well, I mean, Miss Copilot complains all the time. She's running a 970 and it barely works, but so yeah, we that's the idea. There's so many options there around for the particular aircraft that that's my idea. Is when you go on a forum, I don't like when you go on a forum, people will write from experience and stuff like that, and that's fine. But for me, I came from selling motorbikes, right? Well, at one stage in my life, I was selling motorcycles, and the thing that sells people is a test ride, and you can't test fly a plane that you don't have yet or you haven't built yet. And so I think having something that is as close to as possible to the flight model of the real aircraft will be an asset to any company, no matter who they are, making the plane. So I don't care what the companies do with it. That's their business. I don't give a fuck. All I care about is making a good aeroplane that has good flight dynamics and is fun to fly. That's it. And when you look at the product list of this company and other companies and all of these other things, is yeah, okay, there's similarities between all of the aircraft, but there's also subtle differences. And you can go on any forum and say, oh, what's the difference between this two-seater and that two-seater? This two-seater is side by side, the other two-seater's like this. What's the difference? Well, why don't you fly it? Why don't you fly it? And so I'm trying, I believe that I am going to be able to get it as close to real-world flying as I can get, especially with sim coders. I wouldn't be able to get the flight model anywhere near real if it weren't for sim coders. Like, we can get it close with the Xplane11 flight model, but am I late for giveaway? So I think sim coders is adding that extra thing that we need, because sim coders takes us from a 90% product, like 90% of the flight envelope, and it'll take us to 95%. And it's those last few percent of a flight model that are the hardest to get. Just like everything in life, right? Everything in life is those last few bits of accuracy are the hardest to get. That last few bits, whatever. I was just talking about how you're complaining about Xplane11 on your 970, and talking about your you can even see it from the outside. Your absolute love for the Boeing 787 on your Instagram profile. But unfollowed, banned, reported to Twitch for non-gaming content. Here it comes. It's gonna come. So yeah, there you have it. That's it. there you have it. Okay, so I am going to leave it up to you guys. I'm going to leave it up to the room. So what's going to happen here for the rest of the day is at 5 p.m. I'm going to be doing. We'll cook a nice email to Twitch. The Blasphemous Mouse Bear. Yes, it is. It is indeed. Well, not default, but I had 10 frames today. But yes, Blasphemous Bear. Our aircraft here, the ASDG Super Cub, will be shipping with the SIM coders pack already installed. All as one nice, tidy little package. It's Xenviro, is it? Okay. Maybe what you should do, Miss Co-Pilot, is not like, I mean, I'm not gonna. This is probably the worst idea a guy's ever had in life, is telling a lady how to spend her money when they want to go shopping. Bad idea, but I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna commit. Maybe you shouldn't insta buy random add-ons for P3D and Xplane, and just not do that for like a month, and you probably could buy a GTX 1070. I'm just saying. You probably could upgrade your computer if you just chilled out for a month and didn't just throw your credit card at the screen every time an aircraft released. You might just have a GTX 1070, and then your Xenviro will be fine. Buying add-ons is easy. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's too easy. It's too easy. That's instant gratification, right? Credit card at screen, get aeroplane. Performance is shit, get mad. Buy another aeroplane. I mean, it's... Do we know the price yet? No. So, John is probably on the case. It's going to be in the $35 to $40 range. Somewhere in there. I don't know where yet. It's going to depend on how much time Claudio needs to spend on this. It really depends on this. Yeah, now and guidance 1070. Here I come. So it's going to depend on how much time this takes, because we now have to pay a partner. We have another partner. So it just comes down to that. It just comes down to time. It just comes down to time, unfortunately. But we'll have an announcement of the price once we've got this sorted out. So you can see over here, this is where all of the menu systems are. These are going to get completely overhauled. The menu, the old SIM coders menu system is going to be completely changed. This will be available. Yep. So all of this will be available. All of this livery will be available, and all of the others. So it'll actually be shipping with how many liveries? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5. Yeah, 5 liveries. So the default is the yellow one, the 2 I've done, and then the 3 that Nando did. Simply Bacon, can I show you the interior? I sure can. So let's jump inside. So it's coming, for those of you guys that are just tuned in, it's coming with 2, let's open this up. It's coming with 2 cockpits. So it's coming with a standard, simple as fuck VFR cockpit, where up top here is we have the GPS, the Garmin 430, transponder, fuel thingy-majigs. But also it's coming with a full modern cockpit. So a quick swap modern cockpit here gives you all of the gauges that you would expect. RPM, standard 6-pack of gauges. GPS is up front so you can see it nice and easy. ADF, transponder, everything that you'd come to expect out of a modern aircraft. It's also, but I'll put a little thank you for everyone up here, everyone that worked on the plane. This is only on the partner livery, but on the partner livery there. Everyone that worked on the plane put their name up there. Will there be a GTN 750 integration? Yeah, we're looking at that right now. The 750 and that 650, I mean, I think everyone's bought the big screen. No one's bought the little screen, and it would make more sense to have the little screen GPS in here from whoever that company is that do the GPSs. We'll just see, but we know how to do it. Evil Nando's gone over everything. He knows how to do the integration. The problem is where do we fit this 750? Like the 750 unit is so fucking big. Reality XP. There we go. Thanks, guys. Where do I fit the thing? Like, where do I fit it? I don't really have anywhere to put it. So it would need. We were talking about maybe having a mount over here or something like that, but. You're saying something about the plan for the rest of the day and something happening at 5 before or disregarded. Oh, Flybad64, thank you for reminding me. Yeah. So, while I'm showing you around the cockpit here, you can see we have a RSM Dev Group shirt, whatever. The fuel works. It works at night as well. These lights are functional. You can't rotate them. There's no need to, but you can run it at night, and they run a nice red light across the dash here. A GoPro arm suction to the window. Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking is like here, but it's going to take up a lot of visual real estate, and that's what Nando was thinking is like attached here, or the other place I've seen them is up top here, is attached to this bar like there. So when you're flying along, it's just up in the top corner there, but it's... The integration we want to do, put it like that. We want to do. It's not going to be in the release, but it'll be a free upgrade once we deal with it. So, yeah, mounting it in the middle means a complete new cockpit, and that's a lot of work. Like mounting it in the middle here, if you jam the thing right in here, where are the other gauges going to go? It's going to be a complete new cockpit, and that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Just give me a second, guys. Here's some I prepared earlier. Yeah, so a complete new cockpit. That's so much work to do. Well, I don't think it will fit here though. Like, will it really fit? Like the size of the thing, it's in a vertical profile, right? Like it's going to be up like that. Like it's going to be quite large. Will it have a HUD? No. So yeah, it's something if we can fit it in. Like I mean, preferably, but I didn't realize these guys did this, eh? I thought when you bought the 750, you got the 650 with it. Oh, I was so fucking wrong. I was like, holy crap. Where is their store? I thought you got both of these in one. And if we could just use the 650, that'd be absolutely wonderful. But I don't think people are probably going to spend $100 on the thing to have the small ones. So if they bought the 750, I don't think many people are going to buy the 650 as a separate thing. But will it come with an FMC? It needs more VNAV. Needs more VNAV. So yeah, I don't know. It's on our minds. We want to fit it in. Put it like that. They only have the 750. Yeah. So we want to fit it in. We do. What our thoughts were is kind of like a V2, where we would make the carbon cub. What we're thinking is sort of something like this. This is the Carbon Cub cockpit here. We're thinking something like that. The Carbon Cub, however, needs a complete 3D redesign outside the aircraft, and internally you can see it's completely different. But we're thinking of doing something like this. Something like the Carbon Cub anyway, but we're thinking something like that. And if we did something like this, like the Carbon Cub, it would probably be a paid add-on. I know we're saying, yeah, it probably would be because the external 3D needs to be changed, the internal cockpit needs to be changed. The flight model needs to be completely rebuilt because this thing is not a it's an ELSA, so it's really, really light. It would be an add-on kind of like thing, but yeah, I don't get this. This is a $200,000 aircraft, right? And yeah, it's a lot of money for this plane. We can go out and buy a second-hand one. It's going to do the same thing, but hey, people like new things, so whatever. Someone's got a Dynon display in there. That's pretty cool. That is actually really cool. Hey, Richie D Gamer, what's going on, man? How did your scenery stuff go? But yeah, the Carbon Cub does look cool, hey Virus. Like it's the outside of the thing is you're like, it looks cool, but oh, here's another livery I might do. That looks good. I mean, it just looks angry, but it's an ELSA, so it's a lot lighter. It's a completely different plane, with the way it flies. Completely different plane. Dynon is MLG. Oh, you guys will be happy then. The next plane will have Dynons in it. I know, right? What else are we thinking for the Cub? Yeah, we're going to add a cargo pod, and it will come with floats eventually. The reason why we're not doing floats now is... Oh, that looks wicked! A matte black Cub? That'll be the easiest paint scheme I've ever done. Is that for reals? What? I don't care. I just want to look at the cool aeroplane. Where's that matte black Cub? No, go away! Fuck off! I want that matte black Cub. That looks so cool. It's like a drug runner extraordinaire aircraft. Oh, how are there no pictures of it? It's like the coolest thing ever. Look at that. Don't store documents on your aeroplane. What is the next plane? Yeah, we have several aircraft in the background. We have more general aviation plane. We actually have two GA planes already started. We have a Mark V Spitfire. Now, the Mark V Spitfire is going to be a long-term project. It's going to get beaten around. So whenever another project pops up, the Mark V is going to move to the back end. But the 3D on the Mark V is coming along. I could even probably show you some old pictures of the thing if you really, really wanted. But they're from... Oh, 4 months ago. I haven't got any of the current pictures of how the thing's looking right now, but there's a Mark V Spitfire. It's on the way. We also have the unnamed aeroplane. The unnamed aeroplane. Pablo Escobar! Oh no! Insane base. What a pun. 10,000 internets to you, insane base. Oh, wow. So, yeah, so the unnamed aeroplane, so there's two projects running. The unnamed aeroplane is going to be the next one completed. We're kind of tossing up what to do next. A Q200 is on the list. It is on the list, and in fact, a bizjet of some description is also there. Because we have two teams, we literally have two completely separate teams working on planes right now, and sceneries, might I add. Is we also have sceneries over here. And for those of you guys that don't know, we're working on Princess Juliana and the surrounding field. So all of the islands around Princess Juliana, St. Bart's, all of those things. Evil Nando, he's working on that himself at the moment. But scenery. So there's Princess Juliana. It's being worked on right now. So you can see, like, we're turning into a bit of a machine here, where we're just trying to punch out things. So Princess Juliana, that does indeed say princess. Just imagine the rest of the things. What this bizjet is, we kind of got a question mark on it at the moment. And the GA stuff. So right now, the GA stuff is our focus. This is our focus at the moment. It's actually this and the scenery. These things here are long-term goals, as well as the Spit Mark V. So what this means is when we're waiting for different partners or whatever to do things, is we can put our resources into these other aircraft. Now, I've been very, very careful to not bite off more than we can chew. Like, I don't want to start these 3 projects. Like, the Spitfire started, but we're not going to start these projects here, the BizJet or the Q200, until we know where we're at. So the general aviation stuff is, obviously, we need to release a product first, the Cub. And then after that, it will be all hands on deck to do the next aircraft. The scenery here is these are our focuses at the moment. Is we want to get some products out there first. Citation X. I'd love to do a Gulfstream as well, but Gulfstream are very, very not happy with having models out there. We could probably do something and not call it a Gulfstream and just call it a Golf stream, and would be okay, but they would not support us whatsoever. They just, anything that even resembles the look, I think they've even trademarked the look of their plane. They are very, very hardcore on it, so you could put square windows on it or something, I don't know, but yeah. So, Virus, you didn't see the announcement! Oh, my friend! You missed out. That's what FS Labs did. What did they do? They just didn't call it an Airbus? Yeah. This is a 320X? Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, there you go, Virus. This is the announcement. We've partnered up with SimCoders. So the Super Cub here is going to be shipping. It's not going to be an add-on or anything like that. It will be shipping with the SimCoders add-on. You can see it here in the side. So aircraft will be shipping with all of that. Ground maintenance, weight and balance system, walkarounds, checklists, everything you can think of. It's all coming. Everything that you'd get in a SimCoders pack, we're going to be bringing it across and releasing it with our plane. So it'll be a licensed SimCoders code that we have modified and done for ourselves in-house. Don't call it a MILF stream. Oh, snack, Valco. Yeah. It's good that there's so much flight sim spam now. They aren't certified, they are licensed. Yeah, so still, Gulfstream lawyers are bigger and scarier than just some dude on the internet, right? So anyway, someone was pointing out I got distracted. I'm going to leave this up to you guys. So we've got 2 hours here. Well, I applied via City. I applied again. So last time I applied was a bit over 2 weeks ago, and they said apply again in 2 weeks. That's typically what they send in their email. So I went ahead and applied again for Twitch partnership. So we'll keep our fingers crossed over the next few days. We'll see. It'll be like, I think the 5th or 6th time I've applied, I think. So no problem, Stormy Flyer. I actually just mentioned Boeing. Yeah, no, and same as like, but again, I'm pretty sure Gulfstream have even licensed the look of their plane. If you build something that looks like a Gulfstream and call it something else, they'll still try and get you because it looks like their aeroplane. Um, that's as far as I know. Look, we're doing it with this. This technically is not a Piper Super Cub. It's an ASDG Super Cub. Super Cub is not a trademarked word, so we're doing the same thing. Like it's going to be an ASDG Super Cub or a Super Cub 180. It's yeah. We can call it whatever we want as long as we don't use this Piper name. But yeah, trash jar remote. Yeah, we've got to get trash jars, spools, the Virus City eyebrow thing. From that sensational video with Free Willy. Maybe even a whale. I don't know. Yeah, John. We'll just see. We'll just see. And a Spitfire, of course, B-Sword. If we don't have a Spitfire, I'm doing it wrong. And the accents, yeah. So, okay, so here are the options. What's the time? It's 3 o'clock. I think what we'll do here. Now, bear with me. I'm thinking out loud while we're going through this. Is what I want to talk about today at some point is an accident, a general aviation crash that happened in Australia. And I want to do a little bit of an analysis on it. And I'm pretty good at doing these analyses. I was really good at them at university. I'm talking about crash analysis and analyzing scenarios without knowing the actual outcome. And this crash that happened in Australia only just really recently is a really big. It's not a growing trend, but it's a trend that general aviation has had. And I know we have a few real world pilots here, and I really want to talk about it because there's a culture in general aviation that is happening that needs to be stopped or at least talked about. So we will be talking about two people that died. There's no way around it, but we'll be analysing the crash in a respectful way and looking at how we, as general aviation pilots or simulator enthusiasts or whatever, what we might be able to learn from this crash. Now, it is going to be an opinion piece. It is just purely my opinion. I'm going to base it on the facts that happened in the crash, but I am going to have to make some guesses. But you'll see the guesses that I'm making. They fit. They fit into the narrative. And whether that narrative or not is true, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, two people still died. And I think it's something to talk about. Now, I think what I'll do here is, this is why I'm saying bear with me, is I think we'll talk about this later. I think we'll do it later tonight because what I've done is I'm going to commit to helping Pilot Edge out. Pilot Edge, they're running... there's some people doing some tests within the Pilot Edge network, and they need some people to do some legs to add traffic where these guys are flying. Now, the next flight starts at 5 p.m. Hey, J-Lu, I'm doing good, man. Thanks, Blackhawk 2000. I saw you. Thank you for the congrats, man. Have fun at work. Yeah, thanks, Blackhawk. It's great news, eh? Thank you, my friend. I didn't hear about the one that went over Lake Erie. No. It's 8 p.m. in the real world. 9 p.m. Oh yeah, you guys are over on the other side of the world. Yeah, that's fine. So I don't think I want to follow up this announcement with harsh talk like what we're going to be talking about with this incident, because what this incident shows is this culture within general aviation. And what we'll do is we'll look at it like crash reporters, and then we're going to talk about it as what we can do about it as real world pilots. And Yeah, I mean, we only have a tiny, tiny little community here, right? But I think there's going to be, there has to be value in talking about these things because these crashes keep happening because people don't talk about them, and it's not an education thing. It is a good topic for Tech Thursday, but I'm really passionate about it, and I want to talk about it now. So what I'm thinking is, we'll do these flights with Pilot Edge. Let me just check how long, what the actual legs are meant to be. Yeah, let me just have a read here. Okay, so what are we, 31st? Yeah. So we'll be doing Profile 2. There's going to be a flight from San Diego to San Francisco, and then San Francisco to KLGB. Where is that? We end up in KLAX, and so the route is then going to take us via KSFO, and then KLGB. Okay, I see what they're doing. So they're going to do a flight from. This is what they're planning on doing here. So they want to depart out of it looks like San Diego. Looks like they're going to fly up to San Fran, do a turnaround in San Fran, fly back to land at Long Beach, probably go mist out of Long Beach, and then come in and land at LA. That's probably going to be like, yeah, it's going to be like 2 hours of flying. So I think that what we'll do is, I will drop the stream now. I know you're not going to get as much. Well, you're going to get a lot of rush later tonight, but we'll drop the stream now from the announcement, and it'll make a nice little break so I can have this video up on YouTube on its own. We'll drop this announcement, and I will reconvene back here in exactly an hour and 45 minutes, and we'll do this flight. And we'll do this flight in, I don't know, maybe an A320 or something like that. On Pilot Edge, providing this traffic, we'll go up to San Fran, do a turnaround, come back here to Long Beach. Maybe when we come back to Long Beach, we'll be in I don't have any biz jets, so they're doing these legs in a biz jet. I think they're doing them in a Gulfstream 500. But that is a thing, right? I think it's a G500 they're doing it in. Why is my internet so slow? Yeah, they're doing it in the G500, so I need to have an aircraft that can keep up with that. So I think that's what we'll do. And then after we've completed this flight, so this is probably going to take about 2.5 hours. So I'll call that 2:30. So it'll be 5, 6, 7, 7:30, and then from 7:30 onwards, or we could even say 8 o'clock onwards tonight, we'll talk about this incident, this crash, and that'll probably take up 3 to 4 hours of flying, talking about it, and going over the incident. I think that's going to be what we'll do. What do you guys think? You mad? What's this? Is this the... What's that one, John? Oh, it was an aircraft you were in. Oh, thanks TMV45. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, hey, Nit1, not two. Yeah, the crash wasn't that odd. When I've got a whole heap of information there that we're going to cover. Yeah, I've got a little bit more information. Evil Turnip, the one I'm talking about was the Australia Day crash. Yeah, it was a Grumman mallard flying around Perth, and yeah. You just Google it. If you want to Google it, you can see what's happening. What the news is saying is wrong. His texts, there's a lot of information, and there's a lot of camera angles because unfortunately he did it in front of tens of thousands of people, which is never nice. But we can get past all of this news conjecture and bullshit. I didn't hear about that virus city. No, when did that happen? Lake Erie. What was this? When was this virus city? Oh yeah, no, yeah, I remember this. This is the guy that was flying his brand new fucking jet. I remember this. He was flying his brand new jet and he was departing. I think it was out of Chicago or somewhere like that. He was departing out of Chicago, right hand turn at night, and yeah, then he fell out of the sky. Yeah, I actually read a lot about that crash, Virus City. Um, yeah, that was the one evil turnip. It was a mallard and it hit left wing down, pretty much in a 80-degree nose down attitude. Farm trade, yeah. Well, that's the thing is we have the landlords coming in tonight, so I need to clean. I need to go ahead and that was the plane we rented. That's crazy, John. Wow. It is weird when you've been sitting in the plane that's fallen out of the sky. JLu, that's awesome. Learned a lot about props and fish. My midterms. I'll start the groundwork for 737-800, and if I'm lucky, I'll record some. That'll be cool. I've done a bit of stuff on the 737-800 JLu as well, only in the simulator, but yeah, I've done a little bit of stuff on the. It was Cleveland. Okay, yeah, yeah. It was a really, really sad story, Virus City, and that jet going down. There's a lot that we're going to be able to draw from that incident out of Cleveland to this incident here. It's happening almost weekly. It's just sometimes we don't see it. Yeah, it's just sometimes we don't see it. That'll be awesome, Jay. We really would. So the reason why I want to talk about this is we have some prospective pilots in our group, we have some real world pilots in our group, and we have some people that maybe are just interested in it. And that's important to me to talk about because even if one of you guys think twice about doing something, the outcome will be different. And not all of you are going to be flying in an air show, and not all of you are going to be flying, Phenom 500 or that Citation 2, whatever the fuck the thing was. Not all of you are going to be flying those planes, but you might be flying a 172, you might be flying a 152, and people still crash those aircraft for the same reason. And I really want to talk about it because it's really important to me. It really is important to me. So, yeah, what a better place to start it? What a better place to start it, in my opinion, is to shift a culture within a large thing is you need to create a meme. Well, that's the way people are going along this way, and I'm going to present to you possibly and memes don't just have to be funny. Memes can be a good thing. In fact, one of my professors at university, he was studying memes in aviation. And a meme can be something like, well, I'm refueling a I'm refueling a Metroliner. I'm refueling a Metroliner 3. Well, to save time, I'll just fuel up the left-hand wing, and I'll open up the crossfeed valve and let the fuel from the left-hand wing siphon across to the right-hand wing, and everything will be good. By the time I get to takeoff, the fuel would have leveled. That's a meme. It's not written down anywhere. It's not written in a manual anywhere. But it's just something that someone in the United States will do, and then someone in Australia will do because that's the thing. Um, so I don't have a doctorate. Aviation. Oh yeah, no, that's the guy. Yeah, that's literally the thing. It's like he's talking to the guy. What's aviation memes? And he just has like the I don't always meme or something. um, tribal knowledge had to flat the hell out of it in the nuclear community. Yeah, it's true. This tribal knowledge and so yeah. So if you guys are not interested or you don't want to be a part of it, or talking about aircraft that crashing and people dying is outside of your entertainment value in a stream. Don't tune in. When I start, I'll give everyone a warning that this is what we're going to be talking about. I'll give you guys a warning, and you can decide to stay or not. The thing that is a transition, and it was a transition for me, is when you start talking about these things, is at some point you're talking about people's lives and the mistakes they made, but you're in no way. It's really, really hard because you're in no way saying culpability. What you're trying to do is follow a thought process to get you to a point, and you're not saying that they did anything negligent, or you're not saying they did anything inherently wrong. What you're trying to do is analyze a situation and an outcome, and to analyze that situation and an outcome, you need to understand the thinking behind it. These people didn't take off from home and expect to die. And no one does. No one does. No one jumps into an airplane and says, "You know what? Today I'm going to crash into a river." No one ever says that. No, it doesn't happen. And there's lies that pilots will tell themselves when they're flying, to make the mission seem simpler than what it is. So yeah, the hard thing is being able to lay down hard facts of what's happening. But for those of you guys in the industry, know this is what happens. The biggest problem, the biggest mistake we can make here is not talking about it. This is the biggest problem we can do. Is even in a general aviation scene, is the biggest thing that we can do is not talk about it. And so the victim was a young lady, yeah. So there was a young lady and the wife of the pilot. He was there. Sorry, she was there. The wife of the pilot, and the pilot was POH. It was an accident at Australia Day in Perth, Ilios. So if you guys want to have a look, feel free in the next few hours. If you want to just go ahead and Google it, there's plenty of videos of it. I warn you, you will see the plane go all the way in. There's plenty of pretty pictures, and there's plenty of videos showing the accident scene. Have your own theory. Have your own theory. What I will tell you to do is stop reading the fucking headlines of the news things. They'll be like horror crash and have news reporters standing there with their fucking microphone with the crash site behind them. Like, look at the danger. Look how horrible it is. Like, I absolutely hate that. I hate hate. Hate is a harsh word, but reporters like look at the horror behind us. Two people died in that, and they're like standing in front of a camera. Like, that's not being respectful. That's not being respectful. But trying to learn from what happens, that is being respectful. So don't read the headlines and believe it. They were talking about things like wind. They were talking about things like heat. But all of those were they're not the real cause. The wind, I'll give you a hint, is a factor, but the heat was not a factor. and we'll go ahead and we'll do an analysis. We will do an analysis to see what the hell happened. Yeah, I know. Like, it was annoying me. I was telling Mojo last night, I'm like, the news report is like, oh, and police are going to investigate the incidents. Like, what the fuck do the police know? They were just like, oh, plane crash. Like, they're fucking police. They walk around with guns and they stop people from speeding. They know nothing about fucking airplanes. So things like that really annoy me. No, the Australian Transportation Safety Bureau is going to do a complete investigation. Not the fucking police. Like, oh, but the police are on the case. They're going to figure it out. And, like, you see pictures of the police, like, standing in boats. Like, oh, I don't know what to fucking do. It's an aeroplane. Like, they don't know. Like, it's... Anyway. You guys think about it. You guys think about it. What is... what is the real cause of that accident? What is the real cause? Catch you later, J-Lou. It will be at about 8 o'clock tonight. So I'm going to do a flight in an hour and a half from now. I'm going to do a flight on Pilot Edge. This flight here, where we'll leave San Diego, head up to San Francisco. So yeah, when we actually do, let's put a time. It'll be 8:30 EST, thereabouts. 8, maybe 9, 8 to 9 Eastern time will be. Let's make it 9 so I have time. Let's make it 9. So Aaron's. J-Snap, you did. So let's make it 9 o'clock Eastern time. So that's going to be, what, like 6 o'clock Western time, I think. So let's make it 9. We'll do our crash analysis thingy-majig. At 5 o'clock, we're going to do a flight, and we'll go from there. Yeah, J-Snap, you missed it. Oh, I love when people have those analyses, Elios. I love it. I love it. There's the announcement, J-Snap. We have officially now partnered with SimCoders. So we have an engine manufacturer behind us, and now SimCoders. So our aircraft, J-Snap, the Super Duper Mega Ultimate Cub, is going to be shipping when it releases with the SimCoders add-on. So yeah, there we go. So I'll do a flight. We'll do a flight, and then that'll be at 5. Then we're gonna have a break, and then we'll start having a look at incident reporting. We'll do it. Secrets out of the box. What is that in UTC? No idea. Let me go ahead and find this out. So we'll start. Let me. Here you go. I'll put this thing up. So it will be Eastern time. When we start, will be 9. So it's going to be 2 a.m. So UTC 2 a.m. How can I change this bottom one? Can I add one here? Oh yeah. Let's say, what's LA time? So if it's 9, yeah, it'll be 6. I was right. So 2 a.m. UTC, 6 o'clock Los Angeles time, or 9 p.m. Eastern time. This will be when we do crash analysis, and before that, we'll be doing a flight at 5 p.m. With a bit of a break in between them. So it'll all be good. All right. So yeah, Malachi Kell, that's what I think is probably going to be the meme that I'd like to push. Yeah, the thing is, it wasn't complacency. Have a watch, have a look, see what happens. See if you can spot the small little details that you can see in the video. Yeah, it really is sad. We'll go over the things that they did wrong. We'll go over the things that There's a lot of things to talk about that went wrong, but yeah. Insane base, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but we'll see you when you come back. All right, anyway, guys, I got to go. I got to start cleaning, and I'll be back in, I guess, about an hour and 30 minutes or so. I'll start cleaning, and then we'll fly some aeroplanes. We'll take out the Airbus A320, I guess, and Xplane11. Or maybe the 777. Or maybe we'll take the 777. San Diego to San Fran. No, yeah, we wouldn't get into Long Beach. We'll have to take the 320. Yeah, UTC same as GMT. Yeah, correct. Global mean time, coordinated time, all of that crap. All right, guys, I will be back. Thank you for tuning in for the announcement, at least. I look forward to having the aircraft out to you guys, and so do SimCoders. So we'll be there soon. We will be there soon. Yeah, sad. That I van make. That sounds very German. I van make, yeah. Alright, guys, we'll see you when you get back. Have a good afternoon, and we'll see you when we go flying. We'll go ahead and talk then. 22 whiskey. I didn't know you rode bikes. Well, you're sitting on there, 22 whiskey. That looks like... Is that a Gixxer Thou? I just see your picture on Twitch, 22 whiskey. It looks like a GSXR 1000. What year? Maybe... Is that like an 08? Or K9 or something like that? I can't tell if it's a Thou or a 600, but cool bike. Alright, anyway, I'll leave you guys to it. Have a good afternoon. I'll be back in a little while, and we'll talk soon. So, 07. I was close. K7. Nice bike, man. Love them. Love my motorcycles. Yeah. I had I've never had a GSXR. I've ridden one. I've ridden several, actually. I've ridden, well, how many GSXRs have I ridden? I'd say about 12. Thereabouts. Yeah, easily 12. 15... 2015, 05, and everything in between. A 750 as well. The 750 was a 2010 or 2009 750. I like the 750s. They're a nice street bike. But anyway, all right, guys, I'll leave you to it. Talk about motorcycles some other time. Bye. Used to race SZRs, yeah. I'll actually see if I can host anyone. If anyone else is live here, I'll send you on over to them. Who we got? Sky Lounge. There's me. There's Chewy. Sorcerer Dave. Yeah, I'll send you guys over to Sorcerer Dave. He's a good egg. I don't need to tell you about him because he's a rock star. I'll host up Sorcerer Dave. You guys can see him and have fun. All right, catch you later. Bye. Yeah, is on. Is he streaming? Is he streaming flight simming? If he's not streaming flight simming, I'm not going to send people to him. He's streaming Splunky. No, so I'd love to host him, but I can't. If he's not doing flight simming, that doesn't fit with what we do here. So, alright, I'll send you over the Sorcerer Dave. Have fun, and we'll see you soon. Tell him I said hello. I'll be right back later. Sit here awkwardly, wait a while. That's probably enough.